Friends, welcome to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button and likes, and I hope you like this super long video I'm going to be doing. It's going to be so many parts and so many chapters. If you like what I'm wearing right now, you could get this vest at the Borderline Plus, this shirt, and these like necklace I'm wearing, and this is made from Killstar. I'm gonna have all the links and stuff if you want to dress like I do, like the Victorian Goth and Romance Goth or Tri-Goths or Hippie Goths, Cyber Goth, Lita Goths, or any type of Goths. Come to Borderline Plus. Come to support the best you can. And I'm going to be talking so much of my experience and how I got influenced in the goth scene down Toronto. And eventually I'm going to show you where the goth scene is, where it started and what year it did started and what the clubs were before and all the stores, Only the store still exists now with Borderline Plus. And I might have like pictures of me at the graveyard and videos of it. If you want any questions, ask me about Victorian Goth and Romance Goth, come and ask me. If you see me at the Comic Con, Fan Expo, Borderline Plus, Wave Goth Trifton, or any like Gothic festivals, you could come and ask me questions, because and experience a lot, and listen to classical music, opera, chamber music, the goth metal, the goth literature, poetry, soft like makeup, and a lot of jewelry for the Victorian Goths. And I hope you like this video. So thank you so much, and let's go to it. Here's a part of my CD collection. Nuts at Cana. You can get them like on the link. I'll have like a link of. They have very good like stuff in there. I like to get more collection of these guys. You know, they're very interesting. You know, because there's some like a kind of like a chamber. You know, classical. You know, opera and all that. You know, take a listen to them. You know, I will have their link. You know. Also, for the classical music, you get like this is like one of my like favorites. You know, like the opera. You know, with Johann Sebastian Bach. And also there's like Brahms, you know. He's a good get, you know, for classical music and opera. You probably recognize his songs, you know. And there was like Mozart. And Mozart again. And this is Richard Wagner. And this is a collection of opera. And this is the best album for Dead Can Dance, you know, Mr. Love Groove, you know. I always like to dance just on the dance floor. This is also the music I like to listen to. And the Constant Twins. This is the best like album, you know, to listen to, you know. And some of this like stuff you could probably get them, you know, at the record store like Sonic Boom. You really can, you know. And Knox Nakana. You can't get them. Only you could get them online. So hopefully I pronounced that name right, you know. And let's go more. You wonder where the Viking name came from? It's a barbarians, back to 3rd AD, you know, at the land, Sweden. That's where the Gothic barbarians are from, so that's where they got the name. They only wear the dark brown and tan color. They never wear black at all, so just want to let you know that, the history that, about that, you know. So thank you. Hello, this is about the Gothic architect. That started about the 12th century up to the 17th centuries. This is a Gothic church. So I'll probably show you in person where the Gothic church is in Toronto, and then the Gothic cemeteries. And I'll show that when the better weather is coming. It's pretty soon. So I'll show you that, and I'll show you where the Goth community started in Toronto. How Goths got interested in dressing black was about Queen Victoria days. Because after Queen Victoria, her husband died, Prince Albert passed away, and she wore black all the rest of her life to the day she died. So that's how the black came interested in the Goth subculture. How I got in the Goth scene and influence was like the horror movies back then. I used to watch when I was a kid, and also my uncle influenced me the part of the goth scene. You know, introduced me to the goth scene. So I remember the goth scene started. You know, started back in history. Started back in London, the early '80s, and then the first like band started was the Biles, and their first single was Bela Lugosi's Dead back in 1979. And before the Gothic scene started was the punks like Sex Pistols and all those like punk bands, and then after that came post-punk, and then after that they changed into Gothic death rock. So that's like a history for that. And then California, the same thing. They started like around the 80s, you know, with Christian Death and 45 Grave and many more came that. And when it came to Toronto for the goth scene, it was 1988. The store called Siren. That's when it started, and it started getting like big like after '92 when the bar called Century vampire sex bar started. That was in 1992. That's when the goth scene started to hit so big. What kind of goth fashion I got more interested in is more the Victorian goth and romance goth. I like poetry. I like feeders, like opera things and that. Even like goth metal too. And I like wearing lingerie. And I'm gonna get like more of this kind of clothing and this hat I got from Black Unicorn Design. So I had a link for that. And I got this Borderline Plus. This is the jewelry I'm wearing, this shirt I'm wearing. I just want to let you know that's where I got it from. And Victorian Goth wear more softer makeup. Not like the Tri-Goths wear. I did try the Cyber Goth set. It was not me. I respect the people who dress that way, and also I respect the people who dress like Elitas. I'm not gonna mention any names. And this video is only gonna be talking my experience. For the being a part of the goth scene. And that's what I like. I like more the Victorian goths. So you can ask me any question. The Victorian goths and where the influence was the Queen Victoria era. That's when the Victorian goths got interested, and even the romance goth and steampunk too. So I will have like videos for that too. Victorian goth, they're like an author. You probably heard him, Edgar Allan Poe. If you can see this book, because he wrote like a lot of like stories of that. He wrote this Ignor, Pet and Penguin, a Raven, the Black Cat, and the Fallen Archer. If you remember that movie, that was with Vincent Price and that. The Black Cat was Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. Raven was Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, and I think Bela Lugosi is in it. I had to double check with that. And Peter Lorre and Jack Nicholson was in that film. So this is like I always like in Victorian Goth like to read this book a lot of times. This is a part of the Goth literature. I got this book in the go. I guess you probably see it. What I think of Goth Away Triffin, I heard very good reviews. I watched so many YouTubers. So it's making me interested to go. Because it looks like very interesting. That I want to buy more jewelry in the Victorian Gothic looking at. I've seen so much good reviews. So I wanted a chance to go there and then might get this film there. We used to have a goth festival in Toronto. That was a long time ago. There's a lot of work and all that. So that's why I wanted to go the Goth Away Triffin, because I heard very good reviews. I'm going to be talking about the Gothic literature, the Fenton Opera, the Castle Alert. This is a good looking book you should get, you know. This is a part of my collection. And then also I have The Legend of Sleeping Hollow by Washington Irving. And Mary Shelley, The Frankenstein, you know. That's a good book of the part of the Gothic literature. And I got two Anne Rice books, Interview the Vampire, The Last Vampire. See, these are the good books to get, you know. You could get here in the horror section in the Go book store. And also got Hunchback Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. And at least you know this like book, you know, the Bram Stoker Dracula. And then if you want to give sort of a toy to, you know, the Gothic literature, you know, the Fallen House Usher, the Raven, the Black Cat, the Masquerade Deft. So those are the person that the author done all those like books, and he did many more stories. Is Edgar Allan Poe. And those are all the Goth literature I got, you know. So I had to get like more. So I'm gonna buy like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you know. So I'm gonna get like more of the Goth literature. So I'm gonna take like my time. That's all for the Goth literature. If you like classical music and opera, this is the best thing you get. It's like with the carrying case. It's a opera glasses binoculars. That's probably the best to get, you know. And after you just like tighten it, you probably know what I'm talking about, you know. You can use that at the performance, you know. Any like an opera house, you know. In places like Italy or Paris or anything that, and you can use these like binoculars at the opera classic performance. And we do have one, the classic performance. And what that is a Canadian opera company. I have a sort of link, you know, you could check them out. I went to free concert there for the free opera concert. It's very good performance, you know. I see it sort of on the TV, and it also has like a ballet and many more things, you know. They're on the Queen of University and the Four Seasons building. So I'll add a link for that, you know. And where I got this hat is black unicorn hat. So that's what company is called. It's called the Black Unicorn Design. So I added a link for that. And I got this necklace from Killstar. It's pretty fast when I ordered it. It didn't take that long. And speaking of, you know, the opera binoculars, I got that on Amazon. Victorian Goth, they like to wear a lot of jewelry and all that, you know, pale skin and the softer makeup, and also like to write poetry, songwriting, theater, or going to Gothic graveyards and Gothic architect, Edgar Allan Poe. That's what we basically like, you know. And when you dress like the Victorian Goth, you know, that wear like the top hat, that you can wear this like this hat, you know. And I got this hat from the Black Unicorn Design. I'll add the link for that. And I got this shirt, Borderline Plus, and this is from the Borderline Plus too. So it's made by kill a star, and that's about it. And for that, and also the Victorian Goth that wear more the darker colors, and they can wear white. The dark colors I'm talking about is black, dark purple, and burgundy red. That's what I'm talking about. Harassing boy and taking pictures out our permission. We all went through that, for the Goth committee, cosplaying committee, and leader committee. I'm not gonna mention any names, because I care, about like all these comedians because they're friends, So I respect the internet boundaries, So I'm not gonna mention any names. I'm only gonna talk about myself, I've been sort of harassing bull, laugh at, and people want to take pictures out my permission, So I went through that, So understand, what people is all going through that, because we dress different, You deserve like getting pictures taken because you dress this way, This is how we like, All it is part of the fashion and the music, And the Gothic literature and that, that's we're interested in dressing this way. Thank you. Hope you liked this long video. So I'm going to be working on part 2. So I'm going to be away from my computer about like 10 days or more, I'm going to get like my surgery done, for the hernia and stuff. I pray for me and that, Hope it does very well. I know it will do very well. And I'm going to be working on part 2 of this video I just done. And it's going to be after Comic-Con, this year. So I hope you're liking it, And I respect all my Gothic community friends, and cosplaying and lead us, community, I respect the internet boundaries. I always do, Always been that way for a very long time, So I hope you enjoy this video. And Ignorant Allan Poe is like one of the good like offer I always like to read, you know, like that The Raven, you know, and The Fallen House, Arsha, you know, and The Black Cat, and there's so many books that he wrote, you know. And I'll have a special guest, and also I'm gonna be at the, you know, the Gothic cemeteries, Gothic cathedrals in Castelloma, you know, and a bunch of other places, you know. So I'm gonna have a special guest that people could dress like the Victorian Goth, you know, and you can see how it is, you know. I'm gonna have like videos of romance goth, you know. I like both like the fashion stuff like that, you know. So I have links, everything I had to say in all in this video, you know. So thank you so much. And I don't got any sponsors at all. Thank you so much, and see you, you know, after the Comic Cons that go over, you know, and that will be around March the 19th, you know, 2023, you know. So hope you enjoy this video, and hit the subscribe button and likes, you know. And also, if you come down Toronto, come support the Borderline Plus the best you can. They can help you dress like a Victorian Goth, Romance Goth, Tri-Goth, Steampunk, Cyber Goth, any type of Goths, you know, come in the store. All the ladies work there, they can help you dress that way, you know. So thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.